And so I felt 3 hard pounds on my chest. And just like that, my heart had stopped and I was separated from my body. I'm immediately in this black, velvety void, just full of love and energy. And I'm with the creator or God or source or the universe, whatever your beliefs, have you believe is the creator, where we're come from, who created us, where we're from. And I get this question like, for a second, am I dead? I then go through this beautiful, vibrant blue tunnel filled with ones and zeros. I'm going at it like supersonic speed, and I'm being downloaded with information and binary code. And I just knew that it would be the code that I would need sometime later, which I didn't understand the concept of later because there was no concept of time. I then end up in a white room. I call it a room, but it has no doors, no windows, no walls, no floors. So it's this space. And there's this great master teacher behind me. And I relate this master teacher to the likeness of Krishna, Buddha. Is a big pile of numbers. And I realize the universe is created in math. And I pick up these numbers and throw it up like I'm a little child, just no wonder you love creating. And I realized that the universe is created in math and code and programs. And I don't know why I found that so exciting, but I really did. I then end up in a space with other beings. And the reason I say beings instead of humans is because I have no idea if they're ever human. I didn't remember that I was ever a human. But there are other souls existing in this same space, the same dimension with me, next to me, experiencing things with me. I see some sliding down these beautiful trees covered in snow. I'm like, I don't think I like snow. And instantly it's turned to lush green, and I'm sliding down the trees next to these other beings, realizing they might be sliding down snow, even though I see green, that we could have these different experiences simultaneously together. There was also a time where I tried to learn to fly, and I was awful at it. I ended up hitting a pole and severing my arm, and there's no pain. So I was just curious, like, oh, what's going to happen? And I see my arm regrow in ones and zeros, in code, in program. And this place was just filled with curiosity and joy and love. And it was a place of learning and experiencing. And there was no judgment, there was no anger, there was no fear, there was no pain. So, when I lost my arm for a second, it wasn't scary. It was just like, oh, that's interesting. And then watching it grow back was absolutely fascinating. This is the area I spent the most amount of my experience in. Like I said, there's no time, so I can't really say how much time I spent in there. And this is in another place that felt like a room with 7 magnificent, powerful entities. I still don't know exactly who they are. I haven't really heard any similar stories. I've got some ideas, but it's 6.5 years later and I'm still trying to find out who these powerful beings were. But in front of me, there's this beautiful scroll that's unrolled, and the beautiful floating golden script being written out in front of me. And I know it's something huge, it's something important. And that's when my ego came back. And so this whole time in my experience, I was separate from my ego. Well, in this last area, unfolding probably the wisdom of the centuries, the wisdom of the universe, my ego comes back and says, ha, you're showing this to a human. And just like that, the scroll rolled up and I was snapped back into my body.